Okay, so what we've got going on here is on the left hand side we've got Gazebo, and the right hand side we've actually got the RViz simulation. And we're running through Engine 1 at about 8 times, maybe a bit more normal speed. You can see the LiDAR's filling in the world, which is giving those nice straight lines. On the right hand side on RViz we're also showing the planned paths as well as the actual paths, so that's why we sometimes see these ghost images almost moving around. As you can see, it's filling in the world reasonably nicely, but you've got large gaps of things that it can't see. So next we're going to move on to is Engine 2. So that's just starting now. We're going to do a more detailed look around the world. So you see how the arm is actually moving and looking up the way, and we're going to see that happen on Gazebo now. So that's doing a detailed look around the body of the robot in an upwards direction to try and image things like window frames, that sort of thing, that it wouldn't have caught with Engine 1. Now we're going to do a more detailed sort of flat level look round to get a clearer view around the place. Obviously if there are obstacles, Move It just won't plan a path to arrive there, so it'll just miss that little bit. Next is going to do a more detailed look down, and you can see it's filling in on the Octomap on the right hand side. It's filling in the ground in a more detailed way. That's giving us more view of also the down part of a windowsill, but also the ground itself, which is important for our checks. Next we're going to look under the legs. You can see that just being planned on the right hand side, and it's going to happen for real. There we go. We're going to look under the legs there to see if there's a gap that we can see under the legs. So we could imagine going under a barrier or something like that. And this is us pretty much coming to the end of Engine 2. The last little bit of check, well, I say the end of Engine 2, the last little bit of the look around phase of Engine 2. What's going on the right hand side now is planning possible positions. So it just saw that it could go to all the forward positions. Now it's planning positions over on the right hand side of the robot, and it's actually moving to that because it's got 2 positions that are blocked and it's got 1 position that's accessible. So when it sees something that's blocked and accessible, then it'll actually move to that place. I mentioned just before about the ground. The reason I mentioned the ground is it also tries to go below ground. Obviously if there's obstacles in the way, it won't go there. But if there's not obstacles, so that'd be maybe at the edge of something, they might be able to look down in front of it or to the side. So that's why it needs to image the ground well. If it hasn't done that, then it'll believe it can go to the side, but it will just almost do a press up with the robot. So this is the exploration phase that's going on that you can see, and you can see the wrist spinning quite a bit there. What that's doing is that's using both the LiDAR and the camera to really image the world. And as you can see, it's done a good job behind the barrier there. It sees the cone and it actually sees the world. It sees quite a lot of the wall at the back.